What is going on, everyone? Smashbr0spro33 here, and I am bringing you something slightly different today. If you guys can't tell by what's on the screen already, this is going to be some set reviews. This is a team review that I'm deciding to put up because I've been experimenting with this rain team for quite some time now, and I believe I have gotten it right in terms of what to put on it and how to make my EVs and all that good stuff with this team. And I've been laddering with it. I've passed 1700 on Showdown with relative ease, and I'm still laddering to date. I mean, I've taken a couple alts and worked with this team on separate kinds of stuff. Like, on one part I didn't have Starmie, another I didn't have Salamence, and I had a Genesect at one point. But this is basically just going to be like a team review. You guys are going to see all the sets as I explain them, and I'm going to discuss each individual Pokemon, how they play a role, and all that good stuff. So if you just want to see the sets, you can scroll through the video and look at the sets individually. But if you want to hear me talk about them, then go right ahead. I'm not stopping you. So anyway, let's get on with this little review, shall we? So first up, gotta have the weather starter, of course, which is my Politoed, and of course this is going to be the crux of my team because it's a rain team, obviously. Now, looking at it, it might be slightly weird to you because I run leftovers with max special attack. This is kind of a bulkier, I guess you can call it that, attacker, and I don't want it to be choiced because I feel like changing up moves has really saved my Politoed, and I know a couple people have actually recommended me to do choice specs because I'm max HP, max special attack, and then the 4 EVs on whatever. You can do it in defense, special defense, or speed. I would probably put it on speed, but I don't care, and I forgot to put it up there, but I just made this now. So anyway, obviously my ability is Drizzle because it's a rain team. Then I have Hydro Pump, which hits actually really hard in the rain. It KOs Genesect on the switch. It can KO any fire type with relative ease. I have Hidden Power Grass for those Politoed switch-ins and all that other stuff, like what's his face, like Starmie, if you will, because all my other moves are resisted. So Hidden Power Grass is a nice little coverage move to get rid of the water types that want to come in and absorb the rest of my moves. I have Ice Beam, obviously, for the grass types to hit Ferrothorn if I want to predict correctly, and to get rid of some Dragonites. Because if I have Stealth Rock up and Dragonite comes in, then it can't take me out in one hit, barring a boost, or if he's like a Banded Outrage. But other than that, I know a Dragonite cannot KO me, barring crits or boosts or whatever. So Ice Beam, pretty natural choice. And then Focus Blast to hit the steel types, like Ferrothorn. Especially defensive Ferrothorn takes care of this Politoed pretty well, but I'm not too worried about it because I have like 3 things to take care of it otherwise. So that's my Politoed. That is going to be my weather starter. Next, my Ferrothorn. This Ferrothorn, obviously with leftovers, and I have Careful Nature, sort of custom EV spread. I got max HP to take every hit on either side well. I'm running 216 EVs in special defense with 36 EVs in defense. This is kind of to even out defenses with a slight bias on the special side because especially defensive Ferrothorn can wall a lot more things than physically defensive, in my opinion, because especially on a rain team, if I'm battling using the Weather War and people want to bring in like their Chandelure or their Starmie or whatever, Ferrothorn can handle them a lot better. So, and then I have 4 EVs in attack just to bump up Power Whip just a tad more. And obviously my ability is Iron Barbs because it doesn't have a Dream World ability. If I were to give this thing a Dream World ability, I don't know if I would give it Sturdy. I mean, Sturdy could come in handy, but anyway, that's not what I'm here for. Stealth Rock, obviously most important move of the game. I got Leech Seed to cripple like high HP walls like Blissey and other good stuff like that. I just think Blissey and Chansey off the top of my head because they are the biggest special walls in the game. Then I have Power Whip, so I'm not complete taunt bait, and to hit good switch-ins. For some reason, Starmie thinks it can come in on Ferrothorn fairly well, and I usually end up Power Whipping them. And then I have Thunder Wave to cripple fast sweepers such as Salamence. It's good to hit Dragonite on the switch as well. And what's another good one? I'm sorry, I'm just not really thinking too much. I mean, hitting like fast water types or fast fire types like Ninetales is good to hit on the switch. Heatran is actually pretty good to paralyze even if it is specially defensive. And that's my Ferrothorn. Next up, we got my Salamence, my good old Moxie Mixments, the Triple M, and this Salamence just complements my team well because I needed a really good physical sweeper, and I was using Azumarill at one time, and it just wasn't cutting it because I had too much water coverage. So with that, I decided to try Salamence. And I didn't want to try Choice Dements because I don't care for too many choice Pokemon on a team, and I already had my Scarfer set, so I figured let's go with the DD Lump set with the mixed attacking. So I have Naive Nature, so that way I don't hinder my Fire Blast with max HP, or not max HP, max attack, max speed, and 4 EVs in special attack. Obviously my ability is Moxie. And then I have Dragon Dance, Fire Blast, Earthquake, and Dragon Claw. I run Dragon Claw over Outrage because I don't want to lock myself in on a move. And I feel like Dragon Claw still gets the job done. I mean, it does solid damage, except to the dedicated physical walls, such as Gliscor and Ferrothorn. But Ferrothorn gets roasted by Fire Blast. So, yeah. And Lumberry is pretty natural choice on a Dragon Dance set because a lot of Pokemon want to come in and status Salamence. I ran Life Orb at one point in time, but Lumberry is so much better in so many more circumstances. And Life Orb really just inhibits the longevity of Salamence because Salamence is fairly frail. And yeah, that's my Salamence. Next, we have Choice Scarf Mamoswine. I love this thing to death. It has brought so many surprises to everyone's teams who has never faced a Choice Scarf Mamoswine before, and I don't understand why it catches so many people off guard. I mean, base 80 speed isn't terrible, and with a Choice Scarf, it reaches, I think with Jolly Nature, it reaches 260, and then so almost 400 speed. So with that, it outspeeds a large portion of the metagame. And then I run Jolly because, once again, to get the jump on other slow Pokemon that like to get speed boosts. For example, Adamant Dragonite with Dragon Dance is outsped by Jolly Mamoswine even at +1. So that is great because I can get the drop on it, and even if I didn't feel safe to go for Ice Shard, Icicle Crash is almost a guaranteed one-hit KO. And so obviously max attack, max speed with a little HP investment because I gotta put it somewhere. And then my ability is Thick Fat because, one, Snowcloak is banned now because of evasion clause, and because of all the Sandvale stuff, because Garchomp went back to OU. But that's not my problem. So I run Thick Fat because Oblivious is a terrible ability. And just, I want to run Thick Fat. And then I got Ice Shard for priority. Actually gets a great jump on Breloom, thinking it can outspeed and go for the Mach Punch. And then Icicle Crash for higher power stab to get Gliscor. And then Superpower hits Blissey pretty hard. It's mainly a circumstantial move. And Earthquake for the stab. And basically this is kind of an anti-Tyranitar. I mean, it's not its only purpose, but it's a really good anti-T-Tar. So I I love using this Mamoswine. It's really great, and you guys should try it too. And now my last Pokemon, probably my favorite overused set to use, especially in rain, is my Thundurus-Therian form. It's a double dance set that I made myself. Well, people probably used it, but I found the intuition to use it for my rain team. So I run Modest Nature, I run split EVs and HP and speed, and max special attack. This looks familiar to you. It's because this is the Porygon Z agility set that I also use in UU, but I transferred it over to Thundurus-Therian form, and let me tell you how well this works. And even with leftovers, I don't run Life Orb because Thundurus T is fairly frail, so I want to just keep it alive as much as possible, and leftovers have really come into play numerous times in aiding my sweep. So obviously the ability Volt Absorb, because you know we gotta switch it in on the Fortress and all that good stuff. And speaking of, Fortress and Ferrothorn make excellent setup baits. So if you bring this thing in on a Ferrothorn or a Fortress, especially if you think the Fortress is either gonna go for like Stealth Rock or Rapid Spin or whatever, pretty much every move Fortress and Ferrothorn have to go for, Thundurus can come in and get pretty much a free boost. So if your opponent lacks Mamoswine, then you're pretty much set to sweep because you can get the agility, and then Thundurus is really powerful even without a boost because it reaches 427 special attack. And with a nasty plot, that's just outrageous. That's almost 1,000. That's like, oh my god, that is 854 special attack after +2. That is completely outrageous. And so Thunder and Hidden Power Ice, the Bolt Beam coverage is really nice. I don't see any reason to run anything else because they just work great in tandem with each other. It can deal with Gliscor very easily. Fortress is one hit KO'd at +2, barring Sturdy. Ferrothorn is the only thing that is normally a 3-hit KO. But everything else is either one-shotted or 2-hit KO'd at +2. I don't know what happened to my throat, just bleh. But anyway, this Thundurus-Therian form is kind of the MVP of my matches 9 times out of 10 if I'm in a tight situation. I mean, I've had my sweeps with Mence, I've cleaned up games with Politoed, and I've cleaned up games with Mamoswine. But Thundurus-Therian form, give that thing an inch, and your team's screwed. So that is the rain team that I've been laddering with OU for a while now. I hope you guys enjoyed this team review, and I really hope you guys try this out on Showdown or Wi-Fi. And I don't know, and herpy derpy old me forgot to mention my last Pokemon, which is my Starmie. And Starmie is kind of just a supplemental special attacker, and it's my rapid spinner for Thundurus T and Salamence, which are my main sweepers. But if both of them fail, Starmie can do some cleanup itself. It runs max special attack, max speed with Spore, Spadef. Doesn't really matter what you put the 4 EVs in. Run Life Orb just to hit that extra mile. I run Hydro Pump because I just want to hit that much harder. I'm not that shaky with accuracy with Hydro Pump, knock on wood. Then I have Ice Beam for the grass types, Thunder for Jellicent switch-ins, and I got Rapid Spin because that's what Starmie is pretty much used for, because it's the versatile spinner kind of thing, and I just use Rapid Spin to get rid of them Stealth Rocks. And so yeah, and then Natural Cure, it's good because I can not only absorb Toxic Spikes but spin them away and then go back out to something else and cure my status by switching out. So anyway, now that's my team. I'm sorry, I completely forgot about Starmie, my lord. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this team review, and I hope you guys try out this team sometime soon. And until next time, Smashbr0spro33 signing out, hopefully with new custom movesets.